Hello class, today we are going to work on solving one-step equations focusing on adding and subtracting. So an equation is like a balance. Think of a balance. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So there are some key terms here. So the addition property of equality just means when you add the same number to both sides of the equation, okay? Then we have the subtraction property of equality, just means when we subtract the same number from each side of an equation. So there are steps that we need to follow. Okay, so the first step you need to do is determine the operation applied to the side of the equation with the variable. So look for where the variable is, and we are going to determine the operation. Then we are going to identify the inverse, means the opposite operation on the side of the equation with the variable. You isolate the variable by applying the inverse operation to both sides of the equation. Remember, it's like a balance. And we check our answer by substituting the answer back into the equation. The whole goal of solving equations is to get the variable by itself. Okay, so let's look at this. So at the equal sign, I draw a line because it's a balance, right? We're going to balance it on both sides. I'm going to isolate my variable. My variable is x. Then we do the inverse operation. So the opposite of -5 or -5 is adding 5, +5. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. So -5 plus 5 gives you 0. So we're just left with x. Okay, our goal is to get x by itself. And then we have -1 plus 5, which is +4. Signs are different, find the difference. So now we check by substituting in. You should get 100 on this section if you just check your answer. So I'm just substituting in. We got 4 for x minus 5. Does that equal -1? Yes, it does. Our answer is correct. Let's try another one. Go through the steps. Draw a line at the equal sign. I'm getting z by itself. The opposite of +3/2 or adding 3/2 is -3/2 or -3/2. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So +3/2 -3/2 cancels out. We're left with 0. So z on the left side. So now I have 1/2 minus 3/2. So 1 minus 3 is -2. And I keep my denominator as 2. We simplify that. So our answer would be -2 divided by 2 is -1. So let me do the check. Let's substitute in. So let's go with our unsimplified version to do the check. So -2/2 was our unsimplified version. So -2/2 plus 3/2. -2 plus 3 is 1.5. So check, it checks out. Great job. Let's try another one. Okay, this time the variable is on the right-hand side. We're still going to do the same thing. Draw a line at the equal sign. But this time I'm isolating the variable on this side. Okay, so the opposite of -3.4 is +3.4. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So -3.4 and +3.4 cancel out. I'm left with d on this side. -9 3/10 plus 3 4/10. Signs are different. Find the difference. So I'm going to subtract. Regroup. 9, 8 minus 3 is 5. And remember, there's more negatives, so it's -5 9/10 d. Okay, equals d. So now when I substitute in, I'm substituting in -5.9 minus 3.4. Does that equal -9.3? So let's see, I would add 5.9 and 3.4. 13, carry the 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, negative 9.3, check. Great job. Okay, let's look at the word problem. We suppose you are saving money for a new game. You have $50 and your goal is to save a total of $120. How much more do you need to save? Write and solve an equation to show how much more money you need to save. So the total always goes after the equal sign. So how much more money do we need? So I'm just going to use X plus the $50 that we had should equal $120. And then we solve. Okay, we want to get X by itself. We're trying to find out how much more money we need to save. So minus 50 on both sides. I'm left with X on the left-hand side. And 120 minus 50, it would be 70. X equals 70. So you need 70 more dollars, okay, in order to buy that game. I hope this video helped you understand more about adding and subtracting equations, one-step equations. Have a great day.